The gamers decide whether it's a good game or just a time pass. With most played games comes the top most popular online computer games of 2020. If you are a gamer, please comment your favorite computer games. The following videos is a list of most popular online games in 2020. Let's begin.
We can come back for them when you're ready. Let's get you home.
Boy. This is nice.
Similar to its predecessor, Destiny 2 is a first-person shooter game that incorporates role-playing and massively multiplayer online game, MMO, elements. 6. The original Destiny includes on-the-fly matchmaking that allowed players to communicate only with other players with whom they were matched by the game. To communicate with other players in the game world, players had to use their respective consoles' messaging system. 6. Destiny 2 features a more optimal way of matchmaking called guided games, which allows players to search for clans who may need additional players for activities, such as strikes or raids. Like the original, activities in Destiny 2 are divided among player versus environment and player versus player game types. Runs beautifully on PC, and its open world is still the best of any game, a gorgeous sprawl that replicates everything we associate with Los Angeles: the flat heat, the atmosphere, the fact that the city is so damn big. The campaign is the series' best ever, punctuated by ambitious heist missions involving all three protagonists. It's a lot of fun to spend time in this world. If you want to take things further, GTA Online is waiting for you with an absolute ton of stuff to do. Not all of it is amazing, but with a few friends, it's great fun to knock through the online mode's bespoke heists, and owning a business feels pretty cool too. There are plenty of ways to play this game forever, including all of these great mods. Dota 2 is a multiplayer online battle arena video game in which two teams of 5 players compete to collectively destroy a large structure defended by the opposing team known as the Ancient, whilst defending their own. As in Defense of the Ancients, the game is controlled using standard real-time strategy controls, and is presented on a single map in a three-dimensional isometric perspective. 10 players each control one of the game's 119 playable characters, known as heroes, with each having their own design, strengths, and weaknesses. Heroes are divided into two primary roles, known as the core and support. Battlegrounds is a player versus player shooter game in which up to 100 players fight in a battle royale, a type of large-scale last man standing deathmatch where players fight to remain the last alive. Players can choose to enter the match solo, duo, or with a small team of up to 4 people. The last person or team alive wins the match. This game is much popular due to the graphics and real situation where a map and a mission are assigned with more enemies hiding in the bushes. The players win the game if they survive the situation and kill all the hidden enemies. Global Offensive, like prior games in the Counter-Strike series, is an objective-based, multiplayer first-person shooter. 2 opposing teams, known as the terrorists and the counter-terrorists, compete in game modes to complete objectives, such as securing a location to plant or defuse a bomb and rescuing or guarding hostages. At the end of each round, players are rewarded based on their individual performance with in-game currency to spend on other weapons or utility in subsequent rounds. Winning rounds rewards more money than losing does, and completing objectives such as killing enemies gives cash bonuses. Uncooperative actions, such as killing teammates, result in a penalty. Killing enemies and accomplishing goals rewards with more cash and prizes. Over time, communities and strategies have been indulged in this game. Apex Legends is an online multiplayer battle royale game featuring squads of 3 players using pre-made characters, called Legends, similar to those of hero shooters. Alternate modes have been introduced allowing for single and for 2-player squads since the game's release. The game is free to play and monetized through microtransactions and loot boxes. Each match generally features 20 teams of 3-player squads. Each character in the squad has a unique design, personality, and abilities that provide different play styles to the team. All teams are then placed on an aircraft that passes over the game map. 1 player in each squad is the jump master, selecting when the squad should skydive out of the aircraft and where to land with the concurrence of the other squad members. However, players are free to deviate from the squad's path. Minecraft is a 3D sandbox game that has no specific goals to accomplish, allowing players a large amount of freedom in choosing how to play the game. Gameplay is in the first-person perspective by default, but players have the option for third-person perspective. The game world is composed of rough 3D objects, mainly cubes and fluids, and commonly called blocks representing various materials, such as dirt, stone, ores, tree trunks, water, and lava. The core gameplay revolves around picking up and placing these objects. These blocks are arranged in a 3D grid, while players can move freely around the world. Players can mine blocks and then place them elsewhere, enabling them to build things. Many commentators have described the game's physics system as unrealistic. Liquids continuously flow for a limited horizontal distance from source blocks, which can be removed by placing a solid block in its place or by scooping it into a bucket. The game also contains a material known as redstone, which can be used to make primitive mechanical devices, electrical circuits, and logic gates, allowing for the construction of many complex systems. Crossfire is a free-to-play first-person shooter that features 2 mercenary corporations named the Blacklist and Global Risk, fighting each other in an epic global conflict. Players assume the role of either a Blacklist or Global Risk mercenary, joining an online team that must work together to complete objective-based scenarios. Except for the zombie mode and wave mode, each mode can support a maximum of 16 players, each divided into an 8-man team. Players progress and eventually be promoted through various military ranks, beginning at trainee, with the highest being marshal. Players can also customize their character's equipment and appearance through in-game items. Crossfire has a free currency which is called Game Points, GP, which is earned through playing and completing matches, buying premium items that grant bonus GP, or fulfilling certain missions. Premium and special items like modified weapons can only be bought using monetary currencies. Multiplayer online battle arena style games, players control characters called champions with a set of unique abilities. 5 champions per team are selected prior to a match, either randomly, or by the players. Players begin each match with a small amount of gold and earn gold throughout the match by killing non-player enemies, killing or assisting in a kill on enemy players, selling items, and destroying enemy structures. Gold is spent throughout the match to buy important items which increase stats like health, attack damage, and movement speed, as well as bestow additional abilities. Killing player and non-player enemies also grants experience, leveling up the champion over time and giving access to other abilities. The player is given gold and experience if they time an attack to cause its death. If the player does not correctly time the attack, only experience is received. Fortnite is distributed as 3 different game modes, using the same engine, each has similar graphics, art assets, and game mechanics. Fortnite, Save the World is a player versus environment cooperative game, with 4 players collaborating towards a common objective on various missions. The game is set after a fluke storm appears across Earth, causing 98% of the population to disappear, and the survivors to be attacked by zombie-like husks. Fortnite Battle Royale is a player versus player game for up to 100 players, allowing one to play alone, in a duo, or in a squad, usually consisting of 3 or 4 players. Weaponless players airdrop from a battle bus that crosses the game's map. When they land, they must scavenge for weapons, items, resources, and even vehicles while trying to stay alive and to attack and eliminate other players. Fortnite Creative is a sandbox game mode, similar to Minecraft in that players are given complete freedom to spawn everything that is within the game on an island, and can create games such as battle arenas, race courses, platforming challenges, and more. PC gaming is really unpredictable right now and it's fun as hell. If your favorite games is not on the list, please comment down below. Thanks for watching. But before I end this videos, special thanks to Ernie Della Pina and Errol Dolim.